Now, let us welcome the 10th speaker. The 10th speaker is Mr. Yosei Ito. He drew the log E and chose the topic 3. Agree or disagree, people must register their real names when using SNS. Then, Mr. Ito, please come up to the center of stage and show us your original J.U.E.L.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, and honorable judges. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. These days, almost all of us have some SNS accounts, such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. And many people discuss about our important issue or something which happened around us. And I completely disagree with the idea that the people must register their real names when they're using it. They are using SNS. So I have 2 points to make. First, SNS offer the place that we can discuss about our important social issues, such as policies or government or specific actions of big corporation. And so, if you registered your real names, I'm sure you hesitate to discuss about these kind of important issues. Let me give you some examples. If one person who wants to support one party, police party, and the family, the person, the member is that support the other policy, he or she is very difficult to share policy ideas. So SNS can be praised for this kind of person to raise their voices. And second, SNS also can be a place to report one specific person who made kind of problem actions. So let me tell you one other examples. As you know, recently in the United States, one woman reported on SNS who did problem actions and damaged ice cream on a local shop. And she are known by the company who made ice cream. So SNS can be such a kind of place, report one specific person. If you are registered your real name, you can be hesitant because the person who made a program can damage you, so you may hesitate. Of course, some of you may think that all of us blame one specific person, they will be blamed too much. So I need to know our responsibility to using SNS, but I think I completely disagree. The idea people must list out their real names when using SNS because SNS is valuable place to share my own ideas. Thank you.
Let us welcome the 10th speaker. The 10th speaker is Mr. Yosei Ito from Takasaki City University of Economics. He will deliver his speech under the title, Give Me Money, Give Me Money. Then, Mr. Ito, please come up with the center of the stage and show us the brightness only you can bring.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies and honorable judges. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I always study for exams with my friends. Last February, I had final exams and I asked one of my friends to study together with me as always. But he said no because he had to go to his part-time job. I was surprised because it was the very night before the exam. I thought he was very confident with the exam, but when I listened to him, I found that it was not the case. He wanted to study for the exam for sure, but he had to put his work first in order to earn a living. Of course, he couldn't get the good grade he had hoped for. In Japan today, there are many college students like him who work part-time long hours, and it is difficult for them to have enough time for learning. The government requires university students to study more than 50 hours a week outside of class to complete the university course. But it is impossible for them to spend such a long learning time if they work long hours every week. I can't help thinking that his present situation is fundamentally wrong. Did we enter university to work part-time? I did not, and I believe you did not either. We all have the original purpose to be fulfilled at university, but many students cannot spend enough time to achieve it. I want to change such a situation from the bottom of my heart, but I cannot do anything only with my power. Today, I'm going to tell you what we current students should do now for college students to secure enough time to fulfill our original purpose without getting enslaved to part-time jobs. I believe if we all act together, we can save ourselves from an economic predicament. In Japan, there is one system that is supposed to solve this problem. It is an official scholarship system administered by one of Japanese governmental corporations called Japan Student Services Organization. If students use this system, they can secure their tuition and living expenses. Students can decide the amount of scholarships they will receive, so they can get a surprising amount of monthly scholarship if they want. However, many students tend to avoid earning scholarships as much as possible because of one fact. Most of the current scholarships are actually debt. Therefore, based on the definition of the word scholarship, Japan's official scholarships should not be translated as scholarships, but as educational loans. As they are loans, students minimize the amount of scholarships they receive so that they can reduce future risks, and consequently, they increase their working hours. Then, how can we resolve this situation? As I said, almost all the current scholarships in Japan are loan-based. And therefore, we must eliminate this root cause by disseminating grant-type scholarships that do not need to be returned in the future. some of you may think that there is no point in providing a lot of financial support to university students because it is their choice or decision to be student, and therefore they should accept their predicament. However, there is a valid reason why society should offer grant-type scholarships to university students. It is that grant-type scholarships benefit society. Grant-type scholarships support good education. Good education creates good human resources. And good human resources create a good society. Grant-type scholarships are an investment that we can expect a return from, not only to individuals, but also to the society in the future. Then, what can we do as students to disseminate grant-type scholarships? Some of you may think that we should consider how to solve the financial problems or how to establish concrete systems. But we are not able to involve ourselves in these kinds of administrative procedures. What we should do instead is to tell the problem to the society and move those who are responsible for dealing with these issues. Our role is, in other words, to raise their voice as people who understand the current state of the matter the most. Now, I'm going to introduce two actions as a means for us to raise our voice: post and vote. The first action is to post. I'd like you to spread the information and knowledge about the problems of Japanese scholarship system and the current situation of students through SNS. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and so on, please actively introduce articles and statistics that address the issues of scholarships and your own current situation. The second action is to vote. Politicians implement policies that are advantageous to generations with high voter turnout because they need and want as many votes as possible in order to become a politician or to keep his or her position as a politician. In other words, politicians don't carry out policy for generations with low voting rates. In fact, according to Professor Hiroshi Yoshida at Tohoku University, a decline of the turnout of young people by 1% results in an economic disadvantage of 135,000 yen per young person per year. In order to avoid such a disadvantage, or to make politicians enforce policies for our generation, we must increase our voting turnout. Each one of us can raise their voice using the easy and simple actions, post and vote. The more voice people raise, the better politicians listen to us. The better politicians listen to us, the more students will be able to use grant-type scholarships, and they can fulfill their original purpose at university. Asking for the realization of a better grant-type scholarship system is the same as saying, "Give me money." And you may hesitate to say so. But I believe it is not a shameful phrase. There is this sentence in Japan's constitution: all people shall have the right to receive an equal education. It is a right to ask for money so that we can study. Give me money, give us money, give students money. I believe we can create a society where we can study with friends before exams. Thank you.
We have a question and answer period. Mr. Bianchi, please.
Yeah, Mr. Ito, thank you very much for your
you.
speech. Give me money. Okay, so my first question is, why do you think the grant-type scholarship is not so popular in Japan? Why is it?
It is a really important point, thank you. There is some theories, but according to one theory, in the past, in Japan, the government do not need to take this system because the company, the parents worked for support their education cost. But the social structure has changed, but the government don't take any effective policy, not yet. So it is the cause.
Does parents lose money?
Yes, yes.
Not earning enough money to cover education.
I'm sorry.
So it's the parents who are not.
Yes, and parents, the companies offer support.
A company offers support.
Support their parents, and so parents have enough money for education
For education
for their
for their
children.
children. Right. Okay. So your suggestion is very concrete and actionable, I think. Post on SNS. After you post on SNS, what do you expect to happen? What's the concept?
Thank you. It is also a very important point, and it is information I read in some books. But in now, politicians use SNS and analyze and gathering the information when they make speech or make manifest for the election. So if you post a lot of articles, we can raise our social awareness about this problem.
Okay, so your suggestion had 2 points. One is use post on SNS, and the other one is vote to move politicians.
Yes.
So, but both are actually targeting to move politicians.
Yes, so it is, if the turnout of our generation increases, there kind of, it's attractive for our generation for politicians.
Okay, so you need attention, right?
Yes, to gathering for our generation to vote and to post for gathering the attention for this problem.
Okay. So moving politics takes long time, usually. So what are other ways to help students in financial needs? What do you think are other ways?
And other ways. Post and vote is also important because the grant type scholarships benefit whole society, and if you change your situation quickly or get enough money, there are some companies or organizations offer your money. So I will recommend you try start some kind of company section or companies or organization offer them the money. So it is not a so large number of company, but yes.
So not the government, but more private sector should help.
Yes, but the amount of private section is low, but I want to try if you really need your money.
Okay. But do you think our current situation is improving or not improving?
Actually, I think improving because the last April, the new system, from next year, the new system has started, and some of more students can use official grant type scholarships, but the target of the new system is still very limited. So I think we keep raising our voice.
Okay, a lot of information. Thank you very much.
Thank
well
you.
done. Thank you.
いやもうやっと終わったって感じですね。解放されて、でも明日インターンの説明会があるんでちょっとだるいです。それだけちょっと大学生ちゃんと勉強とかなんかやりたいことの時間取れてないなっていうのがあったんで、その気持ちだけでも伝わったらいいかなって思います。結構僕の人生の中ではもう最高級にキラキラした場所でした。本当に良かったです。もうそうですね、これ以上緊張することはないと思うんで、もうあとは自分のできることを精一杯やっていきたいなっていうふうに思います。